It's Saturday the 6th of May and here I am on the Garburn, well the bridleway towards the Garburn Pass above Troutbeck in the Lake District, and as you can see it's a lovely day. So that's looking up towards Kirkstone Pass, and quite mild, very still, which is unusual for the Lake District, so making the most of it. And because of COVID there's hardly anybody here, which is a shame. A lot of people I think would like to be here, and perhaps they're scared of coming. They've succumbed to this idea that you have to stay local, although I think in law you don't. So anyway, I'm here. I'm going to do a couple of hills up on the hillside there, two quite small ones, called Wainwright's. Alf Wainwright published some books, very famous guides with some beautiful black and white drawings back in possibly the 70s, and in his list there's approximately 214, it's 214 or 216 hills, mountains, fells, call them what you will, that he put in his books. And some people decide to do all of them. And what started me off on this quest was a friend of mine that I met through a fell walking group, and he was doing all the Wainwrights. He's got up to about 140 odd, but about 12 months ago we started walking together. I thought, well, I'll walk with him, it'll be interesting, it'll fill in the mental map for me, and hopefully some point later this year he will have done all of them. I think he's got about 60 odd left. Somewhat interestingly, just walked through kind of like an open gateway with a couple of gate posts, and somebody's written on one side in chalk, no masks, and the other side they've written the word resist. So obviously that relates to the COVID lockdown. It's unusual to see that. Perhaps that's a sign of you know, more people getting thoroughly sick of the lockdown. 1,500 feet approximately now above sea level. Nice gentle climb up the, well, not a climb, a walk up the bridleway. So gentle sometimes you forget you're actually climbing all the time, but it's a nice easy way to make the height. So just in the distance, that's Windermere, and over that way is Kirkstone Pass, and the peak at the end there I think is Red Screes, and Troutbeck Tongue is that lump there. Strange thing about Troutbeck Tongue, it's not a particularly high peak in the Lake District, and yet Wainwright chose to kind of put it in his list. I'm not quite sure what the rhyme or reason was, and I suppose in a way it's his list, so it doesn't matter, does it? But heading up towards the Garburn Pass, and it's a lovely bridleway this, a few mountain bikers been out, and it's a place I might come back and bring my mountain bike sometime this year. But that's a nice thing about walking, you see what it's really like underfoot, and then you picture, you know, you can have the mental map of where you'd like to go. The other advantage of course is that I like to walk with friends, and you know, it means that the more knowledge I have of the Lake District, the better equipped I am to organise walks for other people, because, you know, take into account the likely conditions, what it's like underfoot, the fitness of the least fit person in the group that you're going to take out, and then you can design a walk that suits. So all good. Just getting to the top of Sour Howes, this one's called, and obviously the hill was protecting me from the wind, so the wind's picked up a little bit, not much, so time to change over to a woolly hat and a pair of gloves, and Let me show you the summit. So my friend has, as I say, he's done about 140 yard. We did 4 the other day. Where did we go to? Went to Longsledale or Longsledale, not sure how it's pronounced, and we knocked off 4 there. But obviously he's done a lot more than me. I think I may have done 40 odd, 50 odd possibly. He's done a lot more than me, and obviously there's some of the hills that he's done that I've not done. And so occasionally I try and get out into the lakes, either on my own or with friends, and knock off a few more. So a few weeks back I was up in the Coniston area when there was snow. I did Swirl Howe and Coniston Old Man, which was fantastic, absolutely fantastic, because there was snow on the ground, it was very soft underfoot, the sky was blue and there was barely a breath of wind. It was incredible. Probably one of the nicest days I've ever had. So today, well, a few weeks ago, I was across there with a friend. Can't remember the hills we did. We did a couple of hills. We did that one, which is Troutbeck Tongue, and we did, I think, Wansfell up there. And on the walk we meant to do another couple called Sallows and Sour Howes, which are up to the right, up that away somewhere. We didn't do them, and so I thought I'd come back today and do them. Quite a short walk, I think less than 6 miles, less than 500 metres of ascent, and I think by the time I've got to the end of this bridleway before I break off right, I'll have done most of them. But it's nice to come up in. When you're following a list of walks to do or hills to do, i.e. the Wainwright list, the nice thing is, like Longsledale the other day, it takes you 2 bits of the lakes you'd never go to. And I think probably by the time anybody's done the entire 214 Wainwrights, the mental map of the Lake District will be absolutely brilliant. And it's quite an achievement. So I think this must be the summit of Sour Howes. And I've not read the Wainwright book, so I'm not quite sure what to expect. My friend who's doing the Wainwrights, I think he reads the book before he does the walk, so he knows what the summit's going to be like. So this is it. No trig point, no shelter, not even an ice cream van, and that's it. So, but apparently one of the reasons for this book, this fell being a Wainwright, is the fact that the views are outstanding. So let's turn it into landscape, and there we are. That's Windermere in the distance. Let's just do a complete 360. Fortunately today there's no low cloud, so excellent. So that that first hill was actually Sallows, not Sour Howes, and Sour Howes is, so that first hill was Sallows, not Sour Howes, and Sour Howes, if you follow the line of that wall, I think it's up there somewhere. Not very clear navigation here, but what I do, I found a brilliant app for my Android phone called View Ranger, and what it does, I think for about 29 quid you can download an entire offline map of the Lake District, and then that ties in with the GPS in your phone. So really there's no way you can possibly get lost, and so I'm not lost, I'm on the right path. Obviously I keep a map and compass in the bag as well. The great advantage of View Range, obviously, even if there's mist, you can locate exactly where you are and then work out a bearing from that. But also, I mean, the OS maps are great, but they're just very big. And if it's pouring down and blowing a gale, The last thing you want to be doing is trying to wrestle with a huge great big OS map, where all you need to do is get your phone out of your pocket and away you go. I know some people, a bit old fashioned, say, oh, it's not as good as a map and compass, but you can have both. And let's be honest, a map and a compass is also technology, just an older form of technology. So, you know, we use technology all the time, so why not? Anyway, works for me. So, heading off towards there, should be there in about an hour or so. So this is the magnificent summit cairn of Sour Howes. Very strange landscape, very kind of lumpy bumpy, and that bit there almost reminds me of drumlins, which you normally find down in valleys, because if you look down there you'll see drumlins, kind of like little rounded lumps, remains of glaciation apparently. So really nice view of Windermere now from here, a bit overcast but still pretty nice. And there is a path that takes us back down to Troutbeck with a bit of luck. So just coming down now, shouldn't be long. The trees, that's where the bridleway was. That came, we can see the bridleway going left, the path goes down that way, and then in the distance that's where we join it with the bridleway. So should be back to the van in about half an hour, but there's no rush. And very nice view of Windermere.